Hey there, we're Shannon and Jerry Arner, your hosts of the Arner Adventures podcast.
We're a minimalist couple driven by intentional living and adventure.
Burned out from the 24/7 grind of running our business, we traded the hustle and the bustle for something more meaningful.
We parted ways with most of our belongings and moved to the coast.
Listen along as we chat about life's challenges, share inspiring stories of those who have taken big leaps to live a life outside of the norm,
and help you live with more intention and less physical and mental clutter.
Each episode is a step toward doing and being just a little bit better for ourselves and the world around us.
Life's an adventure after all. Join us for the ride.
It's the Arner Adventures podcast.
Well, hey there, everybody.
It's August here in North Carolina, and we're ready, rolling through the summer, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, everybody, it's August. That's
Yeah.
Jerry's greeting lately when he sees someone. I go, hello, and he says, it's August.
And they go, yeah, for me too, is what they usually say. And then I go, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's August, though.
For everybody.
For everybody who's listening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unless they're listening to this in another month.
Well, that could be,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if they delay it. And if it was August 1st, you could be in another time zone and it was still July. But it's August 2nd, right?
We're recording this on August 2nd.
Recording on this.
It's actually going to come out August 4th.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we digress.
Yeah, so what we want to talk about today is how to become a regular in your new town.
And boy, does that resonate.
That resonates because we're in a new town.
We are in a new town. If you
Yeah.
haven't heard our other podcast where we talked about how we moved from Eastern North Carolina on the
Mhm.
coast to Western North Carolina into the mountains,
Yeah,
we did.
we did.
And we've been here a few months.
Few months.
And we're just starting to kind of get I was going to say our sea legs, but our mountain legs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think 3 months is a good marking point, too. Now, you've been there and you've kind of laid down a foundation at that point. It's going to stick, you know, and then it's just a matter of tweaking some things.
That's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we thought, you know what? This would be a really great discussion to have for people who have moved recently, or even if you haven't moved, but you've been in a town and you're like, you know what? There's something kind of cool about the Cheers feel where everyone knows your name. And maybe there's a place where you can feel like a local or a regular. And so it doesn't necessarily need to mean that it's your new town. For us, it's our new town.
Mm-hmm.
But for you, it could be where you've lived and you just want to feel like a local, you know?
And you haven't had a chance to get out as much due to obligations, and suddenly you do. And you go, okay, well, I can start doing some more things.
That's
you know?
right. That's
Mhm.
right. And, moving to a new town gives you a fresh start, but it also makes kind of the simplest things a little inconvenient. Like you don't know where the grocery store is or which one has the great, even if you know it, you don't know which one has the great produce or which road is a secret shortcut, which, Jerry, you're learning a lot about.
Trying to learn those, yeah. Mhm.
Where are the cool places to grab lunch? Jerry and I were looking last night about a cool diner for breakfast. Maybe somewhere like a coffee shop that lets you have some coffee and chill for a little bit with your laptop and not feel like you're being inconvenient.
The simple things, yeah, breakfast, a simple breakfast diner, a simple pub, a simple coffee shop. Yeah, that's all you need. Doesn't have to, you don't have to spend a lot. You just someplace you can sit down. Might just spend a few bucks and talk to people
Yeah,
and support local.
yeah, that's true. So, for the first few weeks, everything sort of requires a decision. And eventually those places start to feel familiar and you're like, oh, this place feels comfortable. I'm going to go back here because it's new or because they are starting to recognize you, like our Mexican restaurant.
And they are, I can tell.
Yeah. You know where to park, you know which table you like, the things that start to make your area feel more like home.
You get that little nod that makes you know, okay,
They know who I am.
Yeah, they know who we are. They know we're good customers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Moving to the mountains has changed a lot for us. And one thing we didn't expect was how much we would fall in love with exploring by bike again.
Yeah, our Velotric e-bikes have become part of our everyday life. Sometimes we're riding the greenway, sometimes we're running errands, and sometimes we're just seeing where the day takes us.
We love that they make getting outside easier, and we don't have to be training for a Tour de France. Tour de France? Tour de France. Tomatoes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We can just hop on, enjoy the ride, and still have plenty of energy left to enjoy the rest of the day.
Which is good because these knees appreciate a little pedal assist.
Right? And we've discovered so many little places we probably would have just driven right past otherwise. And that's become one of our favorite things about living here.
You darn tootin'. We even find ourselves choosing the bikes over the car whenever we can. It's just more fun.
Plus, you can ride as much or as little as you want. Thanks again, e-bikes. Some days we're out for a couple of hours, and some days it's just a quick ride to grab coffee or flowers at the market.
That's right. And let's be honest, we're not getting any younger, but these bikes make us feel like kids again.
And that is probably the best way to describe them. They're not about going faster, although we do love that. They're about getting outside more and having fun.
That's right. If you've been thinking about an e-bike, head over to arnerventures.com/Velotric to grab our current discount and see the bikes we're riding.
Maybe we'll see you out on the trails.
Just don't be surprised if we're stopping to look at a deer or take another sunset picture. Well, how do you become a regular in a new town? Well, we're going to tell you.
Yeah, let's go through it, Jer.
Let's go through it. Choose one or two local places that you genuinely enjoy and return consistently. Go around the same time when you can. That way you might see some of the same people,
Yeah.
same workers. Learn the names of the people who work there. Ask simple questions. That's simple questions. You don't have to have to even think about them before time. Just the easy things.
Right.
And you give the connection a little time to grow. You don't need to be outgoing. You don't need to visit every day.
That might be stalking.
That might be stalking. You just have to get back on a somewhat can be semi-regular appearances you make. And it'll
Yeah.
work for you, yeah.
And let's talk about why becoming a regular helps a new town or your town feel like home. So, when we first moved to Western North Carolina, there was so much we wanted to see. There's still so much we want to see. Every restaurant, trail, boutique, nearby town is all new to us. So we started saving lists, and they grew faster. And of course, they're long and they're faster than anything we can even get through. And all of that is fun, but constantly going somewhere new can often help you feel like a visitor, which there's nothing wrong. We've said before how great it is to be like a tourist in your own town. But, you're always looking up directions. It can be a little overwhelming, but returning to the same places creates a different feeling. It's like you start developing a rhythm. We recently found the Hickory Greenway and rode our bikes to a restaurant there that we have been a few times we really like for lunch. It was sort of a simple afternoon, but it gave us something that we've been missing, right?
It did. Yeah, it did. It was a good day, and I think it was more fun than we thought it was going to be for us, and more of a valuable experience than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We now know where to park our bikes. We can stop there for lunch or other places.
Yeah.
It's sort of a quiet joy of it being a little predictable,
Knock on just about any door and they'll say, "Come on in."
I don't know about that yet.
That's an exaggeration, but that
Okay.
would be a lofty goal. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not one that we'd probably seek out either.
right. That's true.
Start with a place you would visit anyway, where you used to live, and parallel things. Back where I used to live, I had this. So where's this, and this in my
Right.
new town, right?
Right. Sort of like the coffee shop situation.
Yeah,
I now have found a coffee shop that's
yeah.
close. I can go and work there. I like their coffee. The ambiance is really great. You just found a coffee shop. Why don't you tell them about that?
Oh, Muse and Brews. It's would you call that a co-op? It's they work with animal rescue, and they're a coffee shop, but they have a room where it's cats that are up for adoption.
I love it.
So yeah, they work. I don't know if they're working together with another organization or if it's them themselves that are adopting the cats out. But it's really a neat concept, and you can go in, and there's a room where the cats are, separate from the coffee area, but it has a big glass window, and you can sit at the coffee bar and look at the cats, and you can also rent time in the space where the cats are, and that can be kind of fun.
I think that's so cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's a great find. And the smallest of towns usually seem to have a coffee shop nowadays. Typically our favorite kind of restaurant, a Mexican restaurant.
A Mexican
There's
restaurant
usually
for
one of those
sure.
in some of the even the smaller towns,
Yeah.
and at
There's
least
usually
one.
a neighborhood bar.
At least a small pub, yeah,
Uh-huh.
something like that.
And most places have a farmer's market. We've not really discovered that here yet.
Mhm.
We do love a farmer's market. So that's one of the things that we want to do that we liked in Beaufort. I tell you something that we have sort of become a regular at as our library.
Our library is, and I like the one where we used to live on the coast, and this one is a step up, actually.
Yeah.
These last two have been really good, the two places we've lived.
Mm-hmm.
And a library, of course, is kind of like a bookstore, too, where
Right.
it's there at a bookstore. You buy the books, you have a little bit of a different setup. One of our favorite bookstores is Women and Women First. We're a big fan
In Portlandia.
of that.
If
That's
only it
right.
was real.
That's fictitious.
Yeah, it is. But we
mhm.
do love it.
Yeah, we do love it. Hmm.
And your regular place doesn't have to be trendy or photogenic or worthy of any special occasion. It really just needs to be a place that you like spending some time,
Yeah. Yeah, choose one or two places, not 12. It's about quality,
It is.
Sometimes we want to get overzealous and shoot for quantity, and then that'll water everything down because
Mm-hmm.
then you won't get to know people as well and whatnot. And so when you're in a new area, that's the urge, And so
Yeah.
slow it down. We understand it. We are wanderlusters with a running list of places we want to go, even with within an hour of our home.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to become a regular, you need repetition. And if you spread them across too many coffee shops, too many pubs or whatever, I think you'll kind of think, oh, I'm hiding to my experience, but it'll be hard to get comfortable.
Yeah, and you don't really
Mhm.
become a local if you do that.
Yeah, you don't. You could be any passerby. you know?
Yeah, yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
people like to think that if they try every single place, they become a local expert,
Yeah.
but you're really not. You just tried everything. Like
Mhm.
you still don't know the nuances of that restaurant if you don't return. You could have
Yeah.
reached it on a bad day or a really great day, and that's not the
Yeah.
regular. So,
Mhm.
yeah, pick one or two places, return often enough for them to become part of your routine, and you can still explore. Gosh, we love that. I mean, having a favorite doesn't mean that you've signed an exclusivity contract with a local bakery,
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. We can't emphasize more on going roughly at the same time. That'll make it easier as far as the clientele and the workers that are going to be the same.
Yeah.
And the more you get to know certain people, you have a little support system. You go to farmers market on Saturday mornings, or take the same fitness class each week, or stop for lunch at a similar time at your favorite place. You're more likely to see the same people once again.
Fun fact, Jerry and I like to go to Mexican restaurant before dinner. So we like to go like the dinner,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And we do that because it's always a heavy meal.
Uh-huh.
And we like to ease into the evening, having it time to digest.
Yeah, so by 7 o'clock at night, you're starting to digest a little bit.
Yeah, you're starting to feel better and then you'll sleep better.
Yeah.
So we really like that. And we've become kind of regulars at that time. So now
Mhm.
we're starting to get to know the servers at that
We are.
time.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it takes a while. You might just recognize one person first, then you build on it, and then you start exchanging hellos and nods and little little signs that you know
Mhm.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll start conversations. It's a slow build sometimes, but
And
it's okay.
something I'm terrible at, but I recommend you do is learn names and use them. So
Yeah.
if someone introduces themselves, try to make an effort to remember their name. If
Yeah.
somebody says, "Hey, I'm Bob and I, run this meadery," which we're going to talk about the mead place that we went recently,
Oh, yeah.
then use the name because
Mhm.
if you don't use it, your brain deletes it, which I've already forgotten the guy's name. It's not Bob.
Well, I have too. It's been a few weeks, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
not
yeah,
Bob.
you can introduce yourself too. So, a simple, "Oh yeah, we just moved here, by the way." People love to talk about, "Where'd you come from?" and
Yeah.
"What brought you here?"
Uh-huh.
It gives an easy opening and like a natural feel of the conversation without it feeling like a networking event, you
Yeah.
know?
Hmm.
And you don't have to walk into a new place and charm the entire room. So when Jerry discovered this meadery, this Meadery, not meatery,
Yeah.
but meadery near us that we wanted to try. And we walked in and the whole place, there weren't that many people, but they all turned around and looked at us.
Yeah. they seemed like a pretty accepting crowd right away.
Yeah, but
Like,
you know that feeling, you're like, oh my God, I'm intimidated.
yeah,
Like at first I was like, oh God, we don't belong here. We're not regulars. But after about 10 minutes, we were totally into the conversations.
yeah,
And how did we do it? Start with a question. What do you normally order here?
uh-huh.
Or, we're new. Do you know any of the local trails we should try? Or what's your favorite thing happening this month? And all of a sudden we were in conversation with everybody there.
We were, yeah. And I think in a case like that, too, it's something kind of a unique interest. So people are going, hey, there's somebody else here that's interested in mead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't even know what that is. I
Yeah.
really didn't know what it is, what it was too much until I got in there. And we got a nice little education from the owner
Yeah, and met some bees that do the work for the honey.
that do the work for the honey.
Yeah. I mean, it was a
really
a
interesting.
learning experience, you
and
know?
a good one.
It
Mhm.
was.
Yeah.
I think too, when you talk to people who are local, they like to give you the recommendations.
Yes.
Like we learned about that Chicago pizza that we need to try.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody gave us a coupon.
Yeah, they happen to have coupons there at this meadery.
Yeah.
And so we're all set.
What else do you recommend, Jer?
Putting your phone away for a few minutes or maybe more.
Yeah.
But that's the start anyway, a few minutes, yeah. We say this as people whose work often involves taking photos and sharing where we go. Hard to connect with a place while staring at your phone the entire time. And yeah, we're kind of in a habit of it out of necessity. And I mean, everybody can probably say it to a certain extent, but for us, it's a little more. Take the photos, save the note, post a story if you want, but then put the phone down for a little bit.
I did do that. I took the photos. I took some notes in my note app.
Yeah.
And I think I posted a story, and I literally turned my phone upside down, face down, and didn't touch it the rest of the time.
Bring a little lockbox into the pub. Put it in, lock it.
Give somebody else the key.
Give somebody else the key, yeah. And
Yeah. And then, look around, say hello, notice someone else who comes in regularly. If you bring a book or work from your laptop or whatever, pause long enough to have a quick conversation if you want. I totally get if you don't.
yeah.
But, being present makes you more approachable and it helps you notice the small details that turn a business into a place that you care about,
Yeah, that's right. And this is a good one. Support the place you want to keep. If you want somebody to stay in business, well, it starts with each individual to, become a bit of a regular. You don't have to spend all your time there.
Yeah.
But just support on a consistent or semi-consistent time frame. And public spaces, usually privately owned businesses, that is, or what makes a town feel special, keeps that small town appeal, that kind of stuff. And buy what fits your budget. Tip well when tipping is appropriate. Leave an honest review. Recommend the place to someone. All that stuff. You don't just go and leave. Keep it on your radar. Interact through their social. And then that next person, you say, hey, have you tried that place? And they might want to go too.
One of the things that I do is, especially if I like it, is I tag them on Instagram stories. A business, you are really supporting a business when you do that because they share it. They see that and you don't have to be someone who does this as a business like we do. It really can be just you spreading the word a little bit. Hey, I got this coffee shop. Look at how great this latte art is. Or, oh my gosh, this bagel's amazing. This dinner's great. And then tag the business. You're getting it out to more people, but then they see that you're supporting them.
Yeah.
And there's no better way to become a regular than to support them that way,
That's right. That's right. You can let it happen slowly. And the awkward truth about moving is that you can put your belongings in a new home much faster than you can build a life around it.
That is true.
Yeah, and you can, I think a lot of times too with a new place, you get so, it can get a little isolating because you do a lot of work
You're
in
right.
your house. And
You're
then
right.
you go, oh man, you forgot that there's life out there around you. You have to get out a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but you need a few months to get all that set up. It is a process. Moving's not easy.
No, it does happen. It happens quietly and slowly. Like one day somebody remembers your order again, or the person at the farmer's market's asking how your dogs are doing. You see somebody from like Jerry's, your fitness class, or the trail you were on at the grocery store. A server tells you about an event because they know it sounds like something you'd enjoy.
Yeah.
It's no grand ceremony and balloons and confetti. It's just like your town simply starts to contain people who know you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, being known and knowing people is one of the hallmarks of life, you know.
Yeah.
We talk about adventures as going somewhere new. New places are exciting, and we will probably never stop making lists of them because we like lists.
Mm-hmm. And we like adventures.
Yeah, another kind of adventure is returning. It is easy to go somewhere and check that box and then not go again. Walking into a place and knowing where you want to sit, it's seeing a familiar face when you have a rough day.
Mhm.
It's having an unusual route, a favorite server, a preferred farmer's market vendor, or a trail where you recognize the same dogs every
Oh
week.
my gosh, we understand that.
Yeah.
And our girls are being recognized. Like, people know them now on our trail.
We're recognizing the same ducks, the same geese.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, because now that is our one consistent spot so far,
Mm-hmm.
is our walking park, and that's a good, healthy thing. Good, great, healthy exercise.
Look, you can become a regular while still exploring. Like, I
Mhm.
want to make sure we talked about that in the beginning of this. We want to make sure we make that clear. You know,
Mhm.
having a few familiar spaces doesn't make life boring. It really does give you a sense of belonging, a home base.
Yeah,
We can ride a new trail or visit a mountain town or try a new restaurant
yeah,
and still return to the places that have started feeling like ours. Like Jerry
Mhm.
said, after travel or whatever. It really is a mix of familiarity,
Yeah. yeah,
and what makes living somewhere different from just passing through it as a tourist.
uh-huh.
If you've recently moved or everything feels unfamiliar where you have lived, you don't need to conquer the entire town this weekend, you know?
Yeah, choose one place you like and go back. That's where it starts, and that's where it starts to feel real. If this episode resonated with you, or if you know of someone who would benefit from what we talked about, please share it with a friend.
It's a great way of supporting the podcast, and we really appreciate it.
Another way of supporting the pod is by leaving us a 5-star review or rating on the platform you are listening to us on.
And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That also supports us. You can always find us, the show notes, and sponsors who support the podcast at arneradventures.com.
And until next time, enjoy the journey you're on. We're wishing you lots of adventures.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.